First of all, before we get this started, as you can see, I do have a PS3 on my hands right now. I don't have it right now. My sisters have it right now. No need to go into detail. No need to go into detail why they have it, because that's not what's important. Because you're not here for that. You're here for to see what I got to say about the Wii and the 360. Now, saying that's the 6th generation video, everything. If you saw that video, you know what I'm about to say. So I will say this now. This is not, I should have said this in that video. This is not me saying which console is better. I'm not going to nitpick, see which game system does better with each game, because obviously they're not the same, even though depending on who you are, you can say they are the same, but that's not what it is. So anyway, let's start with the 360 first, because I got 360 before I got the Wii. So let's get the 360 out the way first, okay? I think I said this in the other video, but I'll say it again. When I first discovered 360, I was at my cousin's house. He had one of those white 360s. I think that one went without problems. I don't know what happened to it, but anyways, around 2000 Christmas 2009, I got a 360. Still had a PS2, mind you, and it come with 2 games. Here, I'll show you. If I had them, I'll show them. Which I don't have anymore. It came with Forza Motorsport 3, which I don't have no more. And of course, Marvel's Ultimate Alliances. Of course, this don't work. Of course, somehow this works. Forza Motorsport 2. Packing on 2 games. And of course, I think this came out in 07. This pack right here. I know Forza Motorsport 2, the game itself, came out in 07, but that doesn't really matter. So anyway, I got that, and like I said, I got Forza Motorsport 3, which I don't have anymore. I'm gonna get all the Forza games, but that's besides the point. Nobody cares about that. Anyway, this is the Xbox 360 Slim model, obviously, of course. This one was manufactured in 2010. Okay, this is one of the early models of 360 Slim model. This is a 250 gig model, so basically got without the hard drive, which I'll get that in a minute. If you don't have a hard drive, you got like 250 gig Slim. Of course, this is not my original 360 Slim. My first 360 Slim I got in 2013. It was a 4 gig Xbox. So if you want to download stuff like games, whatever you need to do, get a hard drive. Unless you're not planning to do that, you really don't need a hard drive space. So yeah, like I said, I got my first 360. It was the white 360 models. Of course, when we talk about the white 360s, we cannot talk about the red ring of death. I think I said that weird. Red ring of death. As we all know, the red ring. I'm not gonna explain what's the red ring of death. But if you know if you had an old 360. A white 360, you know what a red ring of death is. I avoid that like the plague somehow, because to be fair, I got a later 360 around 2009 before the 360 Slim. That's why I never had a red ring of death. Mine's never red ring on me. That's why it's probably new when this came out. By the time to be honest, the 360 broke because the disk drive, which is not common. It's just common for most 360 because you can get a game stuck in here. You can't do this because the disk drive gets stuck together because of use. Hold up. Anyway. So yeah, before we get to the hard drive, I want to show you something. Of course, don't stand up like this. I don't know why people used to do that. You should stand up like this. Anyway, as you can see, AV cables, HDMI, and USB drive, and your Ethernet cable for wired internet. Because by the way, since it's the 360 Slim, not the old model, the old model 360s, you need a wireless network adapter you can hook to your console. Because the 360 Slim built-in Wi-Fi, you don't need none of that. So like I said, this is your Ethernet cable for wired internet. Yes, you do wireless internet. You can snip off your Wi-Fi. I'll explain that with the Wii, because the Wii was infamous for that. Anyway, By the way, I should probably mention it. When the 360 first came out in 2005 and 106, it did not have an HDMI slot for you plug in your HDMI cable. It only had composite, because HD TVs was still very new around 05 and 06, to be fair. So there was no, of course, Microsoft added that. Of course, fits whatever the problem was, and that's how we got the 360. Now let's get into the hard drive. This is probably the most thing interesting to you. Come on. This is an Xbox 360 hard drive, official one. Of course, you can't tell because it's used. Yeah, I can see this one is refurbished. This is used. Yeah. Oh, external, okay. It said 120. This is not a 120 hard drive. I think that is mistaken. I think the 120s are the old 360 models. But anyway, here, I think I got one. Here, so I'll be right back. Yeah, that might be. I had another 360 hard drive. I don't know where the fuck that motherfucker went to. Sorry guys, I had another 360 hard drive. I don't know where it is now. No, but whatever. I had another 360 hard drive. I don't know where it is. Anyway, this is an official hard drive. Of course, you can't tell because this is used. Here's the guts. Here's the, yeah, all that. Yes, this is official because this is a hard drive. If you want to put backwards compatibility, yes, Xbox 360 is backwards compatible with original Xbox games. Because the first party Microsoft model ones, the ones that had Xbox 360, of course, the Microsoft brand hard drive have emulation inside of the hard drive. So what I mean by this, if you buy a third party or knockoff hard drive, it's not gonna have a emulation port in it, so you can't play original Xbox games on a knockoff 360. Knockoff hard drive. Hell, I say knockoff console, but what the fuck? GTX 360. You probably can cut. You probably don't matter if your Xbox is modded. Well, I never tried the mod 360 because why would you do that? But anyway, that's not what's the point. So yeah, you need a hard drive to play this, or else I should probably mention not all the games work on a 360 if you want to play old Xbox games. Of course, because this is still required for games like Grand Theft Auto 5. I think the crew will play this. If I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, let me put you back in the spot. So yeah, hold up, let me put this back in. By the way, when you place the hard drive, you want to take it off out of the 360. Make sure the Xbox is off, because bad things will happen if you do this while it's on. So please don't do it. Alright. Almost 10 minutes. I think I spent enough on 360. Oh, by the way, I forgot about this. The Kinect. The Kinect on the 360, I never really experienced it, because what do I need that for? Well, some of the games is fun, but like 360 Adventures, Kinect Adventures, I'm sorry. That game is interesting, huh? But some of the games, I can't really think of one. Like, that SpongeBob game, Surfer Skates World, that game was alright, but let's be fair, the Kinect crap, ruins the experience for me. Yeah, the Kinect ruins the experience for me. It really does. But enough talking about the Kinect. Let's move on with the Nintendo Wii. Like I said before, this is not my original Nintendo Wii because this Wii is modded, if you cannot tell. There it is. Japan, of course, it's for US games. This is the, yes, it's this. Because my original Wii was not a white one, it was black. Obviously, you can tell this is a GameCube. This is one of the old Wii's. It had the GameCube port, so I'll show that off in a minute. So yeah, when I first got a Wii, it's around late 2011 or early 2012, I think it was. I got a Wii. Yeah, it was early 2012. Well, I can't remember what month it was. So yeah, it was 2012 I got a Wii because my grandparents, I don't know why they did this. They decided to buy me a Wii, and of course, guess what game the Wii package, guess what the game came in with the console? Mario Kart Wii. Yes. So yeah, that was the only game we had at my grandparents' house. We would just play Mario Kart. No, we didn't have no well, we did, but we did not know internet can work on the Wii, to be honest with you, which I'll explain that in a minute. So yeah, I did not know about the Wii Shop channel, about all that. I did not know about that stuff. So if I did, I would have download all that stuff on the Wii Shopping channel. So yeah, as you can see, this one of the backwards compatible ones. You can play GameCube games. Of course, the Wii Mini in the second version of Wii does not do that. Oh yeah, as you can see, here's your AC adapter. Here's your AV or component cables go to. Of course, your sensor bar. You need to go to the Wiimote, use the game. I'll show you the controls in a minute. I should do that with 360. Yeah, GameCube stuff. Of course, you can spin the Wii's memory, use an SD card slot. Here's mine. So yeah, everything's here. Now, of course, the Wi-Fi on the Wii. Like I said, one of the problems with the Wii, where's the controller at? Yeah, you can tell about the separate. Yes, this is the official Wii wheel for Mario Kart Wii. But that's not the point. But anyway, what Nintendo wants you to do with the Wii, because like I said, on the 360 in the Wii, I'm sorry, on the PS3 in the 360, you can have on the 360, as obviously said before, this is the Ethernet cable right there. Of course, you can use wireless or wired on the 360 in the PS3. The Wii, you can use wireless, but unless you have inconsistent Wi-Fi, because it'll be annoying to connect with wireless internet, because you gotta have that luck to do that. I heard people not have that luck. Of course, with the Wii, if you want to use wired internet, you have to buy an adapter to put your Ethernet cable in. It's probably right here, so yeah, that's probably the problem with the Wii, because it's not direct Ethernet cable spot right here, like say on the 360 and the PS3. Yeah, here's the Wii controller, one of the most revolution controllers, even though, oh man, I'm not a fan of this controller. Well, no, it's not because of batteries, because let's see, for real, even you have rechargeable batteries, it's not really the problem. Because if you're not good at motion controls, like some games like Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, I guess Sonic Colors, I guess Brawl, I guess you, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Brawl you use the GameCube controller. I'll explain that in a minute. Of course, some games you have to, there's no GameCube controller support or classic controller support. So you're forced to use motion controls, even though, hey, you don't like them. Because I know a lot of people because this is how Nintendo, well, what the hell I'm trying to say. So back then, Nintendo took a big risk with the Wii. I will admit that. By the way, this is the old NASCAR race from 2008. Don't pay attention to that, in case you're wondering. So, like I said, Nintendo took a risk with the Wii because they want to experience the get away from the hardcore fans. They want to bring non-casual people that honestly don't play video games So Wii Sports, which I don't have, the Wii Sports is revolutionary because they got casual gamers that don't play video games like your mom, your dad, your grandparents play this game. Because I remember everybody I know had a Wii. Talk about this game right here. So the Wii took a big risk. And they did the same thing with the Wii U, and it kind of did not work. Because that's why the Wii U did not have a good lifespan. Because they tried the same thing with the Wii to the Wii U, which failed. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the Wii U because I don't have that right now. And of course, speaking of wireless batteries, let's go back to the 360 side. I think I'm done with the Wii part. Minus the fact that it's easy to mod. Because I'm not going to explain this. Go look at Homebrew channel, look it up. It's legal to do so. It requires what game you, because you need to play what gaming is put in the disc. So it's being legal. So all you need to do, because it only works like Homebrew, that's what Mario Kart Wii, Super Smash Bros. Bro, I think New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and that's the only games I'm familiar with. Other than that, like some games like Mario Kart Wii, you can use like any controller on the. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here it is. This is Super Mario Super Sluggers, or whatever you want to call the game is. As you can see, it tells you what controllers is compatible with. Standard Wiimote and Nunchuck. Which, here it is with Monster Stunt Racer 4x4. We will control Wiimote, obviously, and Nunchuck. See? Just be cautious to make sure. So yeah, if you want to know what game's compatible or not, just look at the back of the box case. You'll know this. Anyway, we got saying I forgot to mention with the 360 controller. Obviously, big difference between the original Xbox controller and the obviously this is wired. Obviously, they make wired 360 controllers. So yeah, the big difference is the black and white buttons are gone. Replace them with bumpers. And by the way, this controller, back in the day, helped the PC games. Because a lot of the PC controllers are knockoff PlayStation controllers, like DualShock controllers. This one you can use, well, this one is wireless, obviously. Because you can use a wired controller and boom. Well, PS3 controller could use that too, but that's not besides the point. Yeah, this is a standard battery pack. Of course, you can use rechargeable, which I have right here. This is a rechargeable battery pack. Again, you can get like two hours on a charge. If they're fully charged, by the way. I should explain that. Fully charged, well, mine at least. I can't speak for anybody else's. So yeah, let me put the battery pack in so I don't lose it. By the way, with the original battery pack, it's probably like 40 hours on the charge with batteries before they drain them out. So yeah, this is the first party controller, obviously. The 360 controllers had a lot of, God, you could tell Microsoft, you could tell the 360 had a lot of third-party support. And also, same with the other generations. Should probably mention this. And this is probably the era, the 7th generation started. We can get games on the same system, because past generation, if you want to play certain games, you gotta get that system. Nowadays, almost every game on a system, obviously schools is like Forza. Back then, Forza Motorsport, Halo, Project Gotham Racing, Future Frenzy, had those series. Of course, Nintendo always had Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Smash Brothers, obviously. depending who you are, I guess Sonic, even though you can buy Sonic games on the PlayStation and Xbox consoles. That's pretty much it.